Hi there guys, so in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to set up WordPress hosting for your business in South Africa. So specifically we're going to set up the actual hosting account, your domain name, and then also set up your professional emails. So you've got all of that set up in about less than 5 minutes. And if you're not sure what any of that means, it'll be very clear shortly. So the simplest way to explain hosting and domain as it relates to a website is if you think about it in terms of a property, there's three major moving parts, right? So there's the land, there's your physical address for people to find you, and then of course the actual building. So hosting is the equivalent of the land. You need the hosting in order to build something on it. The hosting is where your website is stored online. Then your address is your domain name, that's your .co.za. That's how people find you on the internet. Then thirdly, the building, the actual physical website, which you build on top of the land or the hosting. That's probably the simplest way to explain it. So these are the specific 5 steps we're going to take in this video to set everything up. The first step is to select a WordPress hosting provider in South Africa, and I'm going to give you a resource to help you decide if you don't want to use the same company that I'm going to show you in this video. The second thing is to then choose a hosting package based on your needs. The third thing is to select a domain name. That again is your .co.za. The fourth thing is to then check out or sign up with them. And lastly, you're going to set up your professional email, or let's say you want to do a couple of them. I'll show you how to do that. And I have a few tips around that. And then as a bonus, I'm going to show you how to launch a fresh installation of WordPress. Again, if you don't understand what any of this means, it'll become super clear as we do the video. So step 1 is to select a hosting company in South Africa. In this example, I'll be using IVE Cloud, but you can use any hosting company that you want, because the process is pretty much exactly the same for, I would say, 99% of the legitimate hosting companies available. If you are unsure as to who to trust and to who to kind of use, I do have an article. I'll put a link in the description below. And it's 51 web hosting companies in South Africa. And why I created this is because a lot of people were just overwhelmed and confused by all the options, because the majority of hosting companies you come across is actually resellers. So this basically narrows that list for you based on their reviews, based on whether they are a real hosting company and if they've actually got data centers or they're actually physically located here. Now the nice thing is you don't have to overthink this. If you need to move, you can, right? It's not a fixed thing. You can move hosting providers, no problem. But Xnilo is the one that's slightly different in terms of the setup, as what I'm going to show you in this video. The step number 2 is to choose a hosting package. Okay, you click on hosting. You choose WordPress hosting specifically. Okay, again, don't stress about this. If you choose something else, you can always change it later. Okay, but let's try and stay on point here. So WordPress hosting. So what you want to do is, whichever hosting company you choose, make sure they've got light speed server technology. You don't have to understand what that means at this point, but just know with this technology, you are able to improve the page load speed of your website in the future. Okay, that's important. What I would suggest is you go for the beginner plan or the cheapest plan. That's fine. You click on order now. Then step 3 is to choose your domain name. If you already have a domain name, you simply click transfer your domain from another registrar. You type in your correct domain name here, make sure it's identical, and you type it in and you click on transfer and continue with the process. Okay, but this over here, for now, we're going to assume you don't have one, so I'm just going to make this up. So you would type in exactly what you want the domain to be, so your business, whatever that is. Okay, make sure that this is .co.za, because it could be on, like, I don't know, .org or something. Just make sure that's .co.za. Check. It's going to check if it's available. It is available. If it's not available, you're going to have to go back and try a different variation of the domain name. Okay, then you ignore everything. Continue. So it's just going to show you what you are getting. And choose your monthly price, 66 Rand per month, or it's cheaper. If you pay upfront for 12 months, it works out to 59.40 times 12. Okay, and then you'd pay upfront for the next 12 months, which I think works better because you don't have to think about it every single month. Okay, then you ignore all of this, and then you continue. So step 4 is where we check out. So you can just review what you've got going here if you want. You just go check out. Okay, so this is where you sign up for the actual account and you check out like you would any other online purchase. Okay, so you put in your details, and just take note that the email that you use and also the password that you insert over here, just keep that somewhere safe, because you're going to need that to log into your hosting account after this. Okay. And then once you've completed all the information, obviously you agree and you complete the order. Okay, so once that is done, you'll obviously get an email with say confirming that your account's been set up. And then what you want to do is you want to log in. So yeah, log in like any other system. And you would just go log in, and then you would use the email and the password that you've set up over here to log into your system. Okay, then I will meet you on the inside. Once you've logged in, I'll show you how to set up your professional email and also how to launch your fresh WordPress installation. So step 5 is to set up your professional email. And again, regardless of the hosting company you choose to set up with, most of them pretty much work the same way. So you want to look for services, and then you want to go kind of manage services, manage product, depending on the hosting provider, but it's the same thing. Log in to cPanel. This is where you want to go. Okay, so assuming this is the first time that you're going to be here in the cPanel, this is probably overwhelming for you, but don't stress. There's only 3 places where we're going to be playing today, okay? And pretty much 3 places where you're ever going to be playing, okay? I like to use the word play because it's less serious, okay? So email accounts, we're going to create the email here. Then we're going to create a forward. In other words, whenever somebody emails your professional email, you got the option of forwarding it. It gets copied to your normal personal email if you want that. So if you've got a normal Gmail that you use all the time, you want the emails to also be copied to your Gmail, you have that option available if you want that. Then the third thing we're going to go and do is, if you look for software, we're going to install a fresh installation of WordPress. So the first step is to create the email. So you click on that. Then obviously you'll have nothing here, and you click on create. Then your domain name will already be there. Then under username, this is where you insert, like you can decide. It can either be like info, or it can be like, info at your business, or it can be your name, or it can be sales, or it can be whatever you want it to be. Okay. And I think on this account, you get up to 5. You can create 5 of these email accounts if you want. So I normally click on generate, and it creates the password for me. And then what you want to do is keep that somewhere safe. That's very important to keep safe. Okay. I mean, in the future, you can reset it if you have to, but you don't want to go through that headache. And then you click on create. Go back to cPanel, top left. So we're back here. So now we're going to create a forward. So you just click on add forward. So address to forward over here. Let's say in the first step you selected info at, this is where you put that info. That's all you put in, because it's already got the at here, and it's got your domain there. So just put info, or if it was sales, or if it was your first name, this is where you insert it. And then you want to forward it to, let's say, tom@gmail.com, whatever your Gmail is. Okay. Then what's going to happen? Again, it's going to copy all of your emails to your Gmail. Just that some people like to have that. Okay. And then you click on add forward, and you are done. Okay. Then you go back to cPanel. Now we're going to set up WordPress. This is the bonus. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. But I'm going to be creating more WordPress website tutorials on my channel. So this will be like the same process every single time. So if you want to learn how to build your own WordPress website, you're going to need this step anyway, together with my future YouTube videos. Okay, so you'll just choose this one over here, WordPress Manager by Softaculous. So obviously you'll have nothing here. So you're going to go install. And then over here, what I normally like to select is just the HTTPS like this, as you see it. You can choose either one. It doesn't matter. And then you would then have your domain name here already. Just make sure, sometimes you'll have a WP already in there. Okay. Just make sure you delete that. It mustn't be there. Okay. Now, there's a lot happening here. Again, don't stress. I got you. Okay. The only thing you got to worry about here is your username. So you can choose whatever it is. Do not make it easy. Make it difficult. Okay. Well, make it somewhat unique. Okay. So like, let's say your name, and then maybe a $sign and maybe something else. I don't know. And then the password you definitely want to make difficult. So you can click on that key over there, and that'll select a password for you. And then again, keep this somewhere safe. This is to log into your WordPress website. Okay, so you might be a bit confused because now we're doing more login details. We just created logins, now we've got more logins. So the difference is that you now just previously set up your hosting account in order to access all this. So it's your hosting account. You've got that username and password saved. This is to log into your WordPress website, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. Okay, so you keep this somewhere safe. Make it different from your hosting account just for safety. Okay, then you skip everything and you click on install. Okay, so this is how you log into your WordPress website. So you got your domain name and it says here WP admin. You click on that. And then it takes you directly to what they call the dashboard. This is the back end of your website. Obviously, there's nothing now. This is a fresh installation. So if we go and visit the site, there's nothing here but the standard kind of default WordPress theme. Okay, so I want to show you the main thing here. I was going to show you how to log out and log in. So if you just go here and log out. So to log in, you go to your domain name /WP-admin. And this is where you put your email and your password, the one that we just created. This is where you add it in, and then you'll log in. Okay, so we're done. And if you followed the video to a T, then everything should be set up and you should be ready to go. In future videos, I'll be showing you exactly how to set up your own WordPress website. And I'm going to do it in a way that's super non-tech and DIY as possible. In other words, you can do it yourself. If there's a specific type of website you want set up in terms of a business website or an online store, please comment below so I can get an idea of what type of videos to create. Thank you.